So the way I imagine, or the way I've learned that someone is, even while in their addiction, is they're part of an ecosystem, right? They're part of an entire picture. And if you can imagine like a 1,000-piece puzzle with all the intricate pieces around it, and there's a picture over that puzzle, and that picture may be that person or the life or the situation they're in at the time, they're a piece in this whole intersecting complex image. And there's different pieces of it that are, aspects of their personality. Some are codependent relationships, some is trauma, some is pain. But the entire picture and the puzzle's pieces shape even is dictated by the people they're around, the people that they have access to, the behaviors that they engage in, the way they think about themselves. If I'm super confident, I'm going to have a high standard for the people I engage with in my life. I'm not going to be afraid to talk to somebody if they want to talk to me. I'm not going to feel timid or unworthy of their attention. But if I am, and I don't think that I'm worthy of somebody else's attachment or engagement, I will lower my standard to who will pay attention to me. And if that means I got to do some drugs or I got to hang out in the lower tier, I just accept that that's my bar and where I'm going to be. And that decision changes the shape of my puzzle piece and then changes the picture, the layout of my life. Now, what happens all too often is when that puzzle piece, when that human being is able to make it out of there and they change those internal aspects of their life, their confidence, who they are, who they know themselves to be capable of, that puzzle piece changes. Like literally, where there was a dip, where there was self-doubt, there's now confidence, and it's an outcropping piece. If there was an angle that leaned towards self-destruction, it's now a straight line because they're confident in who they are. Not perfect, but aware of who they are and where they want it. That person comes out and they get sober and they get well and they start thriving in life and they have this joy and they want to share it with the people they had back in their old places they lived, in their old families. And what happens is we so desperately want to share it with those old communities, with that old crew, with that old picture, that we end up trying to force this brand new puzzle piece with this beautiful picture of our new life, with Treehouse, with our brothers, with our tribe, with who we are, with our goals and where we're going. This picture looks completely different now, but we want to show everybody who we are. Whether it's mom or dad or the ex-girlfriend or that cop that busted us or the people that we never thought we'd have the confidence to, we want to show them who we are. So we try to fit back in that old picture by going home. And what we find out is you take this newly shaped puzzle piece and you try to push it back in that old picture and community and culture, it doesn't fit. In fact, it's so strange and alien to the rest of that picture anymore that the only way we can get it to fit a little bit is if we start knocking off some of those edges again and go a little bit back to the way we used to be so the picture is comfortable with us again. And before we know it, we're right back where we were. And we've traded all of our gains in our future for the comfort we had in the past. The truth of the matter is, if you're going to continue on this new picture with your life and who you are, that puzzle piece can't go back to the way it used to be. Otherwise, you will go back to the way it used to be. Things are going to be different. And it doesn't mean that the people back there are wrong. It doesn't mean that they're evil or they're doomed or any of that. It's just that they can't be a part of what's in front of you unless they make changes to their puzzle piece. And they grow. And then maybe, there's a part of your new picture that they can fit into. But you can never go back.